What is up, Baggies fans, football fans and sports fans in general, to a brand new video on the channel. Before we get into it, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Absolutely fantastic. We've hit 100 subscribers in less than a couple of weeks. Thank you ever so much to everybody that's hit that subscribe button. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Can't wait to produce some more content when the season comes out. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification to start today with all we're playing. Leave a comment. Let me know what your favourite fixture of this year is going to be, home and away. I want to know in the comments down below. And let's aim for 20 likes in the video, and let's get into it and break down this season ahead of us, starting off at home in August against Blackburn Rovers. Now, we know what happened against Blackburn last time at home. We got punished by their big lad up front. Let's hope this goes different. Ryan Mason's debut as a head coach at the Hawthorns, a first home fixture since 2020, makes it a big occasion for us. Then, if you think that was big, the first away game is against Wrexham. The first ever league meeting against Wrexham, newly promoted, making history since 1981. It's going to be absolutely mental. That game is one I'll be going to and one I'm looking forward to. Next up, we've got Portsmouth away, at home, sorry. Pompey came up strong last season, doing really well. They were doing really well in the Championship. And I think, again, they're going to be a very strong team. I don't predict it to be the scoreline like last time. I think that was just a case of they were resting key players for a key couple of fixtures towards the end of the season. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be tested against us and a good chance to build on some, hopefully, early momentum. And then to finish off with an away visit to Stoke. And it's going to be Stoke. It's going to be cold. It's going to be rainy. Even in August, you walk through the gates at the Bet365 and it's cold. Somehow it could be 30, 40 degrees outside and you walk through those gates and it's freezing cold. I don't know how they do it. Always a physical contest, the kind of game where grit matters as much as style. Really important that Ryan Mason sets his tone early. 3 out of these 4 are winnable, but the pressure is really, really on. Moving into September, got a clash at home against Derby. EFL have allowed us to move it. It's a historic class. It's the first game that the Hawthorns were played against Derby in 1900, and they've managed to move it to this fixture. So, unfortunately, we don't tend to do very well on our, emotional games. Looking back at the Jeff Astle game against Leicester, it's just, we never tend to do very well at these games. So let's hope we do something different. Obviously, we struggle against Derby anyway. They had a very, very good finish towards the end of last season. And I think, again, they're going to be a real tough test for us. It'll either be a confidence booster or a wake-up call. And then we're away to Middlesbrough. I think they'll be a dark horse next year. Obviously, they'll sack Michael Carrick and bringing in somebody new. I do think that they'll be a tough test, as they always are. We always struggle when we go to the Riverside, apart from many years ago when we destroyed them 5-0. But I think that was just a one-off lucky game that we caught them. But again, I think it'll be a very tough test for us. At home, then, to Leicester, recently relegated, still stacked with Premier League level of talent. It'll probably be one of the toughest tests all season. Obviously, they'll potentially having a 12-point production, so they're going to be wanting to win every game to catch up those results. The Hawthorns will need to be in full voice. It's probably the first big challenging month, promotion rivals, and obviously Derby as well in the same stretch. It's going to be a tough, tough game. Moving on to October. And October seems a strange one for us. 4 away games out of 5. That's a tough, tough schedule. First up, we got Norwich away. A long drive to Carrow Road under the lights. Norwich can be unpredictable. New manager, they're going to be wanting to push it. If they can keep hold of Borja Science and Josh Sargent, they will be absolutely fantastic and flying. It's just, I think, if they can keep those two. Next up, if that wasn't tough enough, you get Millwall away at the Den. Need to see more. Physical, loud, no love lost. Albion's much smash their intensity, or we get overrun. Again, love a good away game at Millwall. Our only home game of the season is against Preston. One we should be winning after judging what happened last year. Will they improve, or will, again, they be fighting relegation? Who knows? But I think we should be winning that game quite comfortably. Finishing off with the last 2 games, we got Watford away. Tough, tough game. But they change managers more often than they change stocks. It's ridiculous. The amount of managers they've gone through. Tactical flexibility will be needed in this game. They've got a very big and powerful midfield. And I think, again, it'll be a tough test. Finally, finishing off with an away trip to Ipswich Town. Obviously, they signed Alex Palmer off us, Dara O'Shea, Connor Townsend. They have the making of a very strong Championship squad already. Did all right in some of the Premier League games. Again, I think if they'd possibly got Palmer in at the start of the season, they might have stayed up. Could be a key battle of possession and the high press. We shall see. They've sold Liam Delap got some good money in for him. So I think, again, they'll use that money really, really wisely. And I really rate Kieran McKenna as their manager. I think he'll be fantastic, and I think they'll be up there again. Then Sheffield Wednesday at home, Saturday the 1st of November. Got to love a game against Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday fans are always travel in their numbers like Sheffield United. Should be a good atmosphere. Obviously, they're in a massive turmoil at the moment and possibly have, a few players. They're probably most have to pay with their academy at this rate. Danny Roll might not be in charge. It's going to be a tough game, but one I think we should be winning. Next up, we've got Charlton Athletic away. Obviously, in my predictions, I had them finishing bottom. A lot of Charlton fans said that they're going to be a very strong team, so this will be our first test of them to see how they're getting on. Obviously, they'd have played a couple of games before this, so we'll see how they're getting on. Can we afford to underestimate them? No, you can never underestimate a team in the Championship. So let's see how they get on. Oxford United at home, again, it's going to be a tough test. Tough test. They stayed up last year under Gary Rowett, and I think they'll probably build on last year and, go to push it. They might get relegated. They might stay up. Who knows? I did have them finishing in relegation, but they could stay up with what's going on at other clubs. And Coventry City away, obviously, last year when we played them away, it was one of those games that just turned off the telly. We just had no passion, no desire, no fight. We were embarrassing. It's a Frank Lampard team, so are they going to be up for it, or are they going to struggle? Who knows? Nobody knows with a Frank Lampard team. But again, it'll be a tough test. Then Birmingham City at home. The Midlands derbies are back in the Championship. I did miss it last year as much as I'm not the biggest fan of Blues. Did miss those games. They are going to be a very, very good team this year, and again, I think they'll be up towards the top half of the table. Should be a tough game. Expect emotions, tackles, and cards to go through. Need to assert dominance over our local rivals. Then Swansea at home in November. Again, Swansea, we should be beating them. They're in turmoil. I don't know if they're going to be around. I think they'll be a mid-table team. They seem to either do really well or really poor. It could be a good game for the neutrals. 5 home games in that month. We must capitalise on that. Moving into December, got QPR away. Obviously, we did really well against them last year away from home. They'll have a new manager in charge, so they'll be a tough team. And I think, hopefully, we can get one over on them again. Southampton away. Thank God they haven't got Russell Martin, because he always seemed to beat us. When he was at Swansea or when he's at Southampton, they always seem to beat us. So, former Premier League team, new manager coming in. They'll dominate the ball, but they can be punished on the break. So it'll be a tough game for Ryan Mason. Let's see if he sets up on that one. Sheffield United at home again. They sacked Chris Wilder. Why have they sacked Chris Wilder? I do not know. They were basically there or thereabouts if it wasn't for Leeds and Burnley running away with it, with their 2-point deduction as well. Again, they'll probably be up there because they've got the basis of a team, and this could really shake the top 6 race by Christmas. Hull City away, a long trip up to Hull towards the end of December. Probably be a game that's moved. I hope not, because I've never been to the KC Stadium, but I do want to go. Tough game again. They'll have a new manager. Mental toughness matters. Then Boxing Day, you got to love a classical festive fixture at home to Bristol City. Hawthorns will be buzzing. Again, another new manager to prove himself. It feels like I'm saying that with every team at the moment. But they really will have to prove themselves after last year's amazing, finish in the playoffs. And I think they'll be up for the test. QPR at home, a bit of a strange one, playing them twice in the same month. Would it be the perfect chance for revenge and domination? Or, will we struggle again? Critical festive points here. I always say the season swings on the festive period. And again, we've got to be picking up as much points as possible. January, starting off with a away trip to Swansea, New Year's Day clash. It'll be a tough, physically and mentally challenging game. Important to start 2026 with intent. Their pitch will probably be ripped to shreds like it was last time we played them. It's going to be all about, probably a long ball in that game, getting over the top of them and running onto it rather than trying to play football on their pitch. Leicester away, again, they'll be chasing up those 12 points. Results here could set the tone for the second half of the season. Middlesbrough at home, it's a must win for us, that one is. Norwich at home, again, another must win. Derby away on the 24th of January, could be season defining. Let's hope we, don't falter there again like we did last year. And then Portsmouth away, a ground I went to last year and I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it. I think they'll probably be around the mid-table, probably pushing a little bit on if they can do. Really must weather the storm there, because even when we were 3-0 up, they were singing, screaming, shouting, and they were absolutely fantastic. February to May, quick little summary. February, we've got Blues away on Valentine's Day. What a lovely, love letter to all those fans out there that have got partners. Nice. Hopefully they move it to a Sunday or an early kickoff, so you can at least go to the Blues game and then spend the evening in Birmingham. Mid-table battles and a real chance to string some wins together. March is full of top opponents: Sheffield United, Southampton, Hull potentially being up there. April will ramp up with Wrexham, Blackburn, Millwall, and a huge Ipswich tie. And then May finishes at Hillsborough with Sheffield doing it Wednesday. Could be a classic venue for final day drama. I do believe it will be. Looking forward to it. I've never gone to Hillsborough, so I'm hoping to go up to that one. And there you have it. West Brom's 25-26 season laid out month by month. From Wrexham to Leicester, from Birmingham derbies to Boxing Day classics. This season has a making of a thriller. Ryan Mason has a squad, and it seems he's getting the support from the board. Now it's all about execution. I'll be back, obviously, with monthly previews, match day predictions, match day vlogs, tactical breakdowns. So make sure you stay tuned, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and let's all get into those comments and let me know your favourite fixture and up the baggies.